Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Miranda, and today I'm going to be talking about and showing you guys how I edit my Instagram photos. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, you should. Why not? It's free. But you guys were asking me on not my most recent post, but the post before that, if I would do a video showing how I edit my photos, so that's what we're doing today. But the app that I use now mostly is Lightroom, which is, it's not Photoshop, but it's like in the Adobe, but I am in Lightroom right now, and the presets that I use are actually Atlee's or Ashley's. Huge fan, love her content, love her videos, love her Instagram. I love all her posts. So when she came out with presets, I was sold right off the bat. But let me go ahead. I'm gonna start off before I even import. I go to an app called MakeupPlus, and on my old beauty channel, my main channel that used to not be Pokemon related, I did used to have a video on how I edited, but let's go ahead. I'll choose this first photo, and it automatically does some editing for me. I use this app because it does slim my nose a little bit. I like how my nose looks like in person, but I don't like how it looks in photos, so like it slims it automatically, and I've admitted that I've never tried to hide that. But I do go ahead and just add blush, and what that does is it adds a little bit more to my cheeks, because I don't know if you guys can tell right now, I do have blush on, but when I take photos, it doesn't always show up. But if I put too much on, then it's like too much. So I do add a little bit of that. That's the only makeup stuff that I do. And then a lot of people do ask either what contacts I wear or how I edit. Which again, in my original editing video, I did include this. So it's not like I'm not saying that my eyes are naturally blue. I wear lenses for video mostly, not really for photos, just because I can edit them. But since I do have blue lenses in today, I do go ahead and use the icy lens usually. If I don't have lenses in but do want to have like my natural eye color, I will go ahead and use yellow, because that's basically what my natural eye color is a hazel, mostly green color, and in sunlight it is this color. So it's not a complete lie, but it's just exaggerating and enhancing my natural eyeballs. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead, do icy, and then it just lets you adjust the pupil size, and that's what I do. It lets you move it around. I really don't, like, I try to make them look as natural as possible, just because I'm not trying to be out here looking like a crazy person. They are very natural though, which is super duper nice. Just adjust all the corners, and then I do make the intensity pretty low. Not supposed to. I mean, it just adds a little bit more color to the center of the eye, which I like. And then I do go ahead, go to decorations, and then I add freckles, because I do have freckles. In photos, you can never, ever, ever see them. This even is a very, very subtle touch. Actually, let me go ahead, make the eyes a little different. And then we're going to go ahead and save that. That's what I do for like all my photos, is I let the app do the automatic changes that it does for my nose. I think it makes my eyes a little bigger. It makes my mouth a little bigger because my top lip does not exist. Love that. And then add the blush, edit the eyes if I want to, and then freckles. And then that's what I do for every single photo that I ever take. That is, even if I don't add a filter, that is the basic editing that I do right off the bat. Okay, then going into Lightroom, I'm gonna go ahead and select the picture that I just edited, and then I'm gonna try and explain what I have done, because for presets, I have a lot of Ashley's, but I've also edited hers to fit my photos, and I save those as a preset. I'll show you in like 2 seconds. I have like edited October, edited over Gerard Way. I edited specifically for when I was wearing a My Chemical Romance shirt because of the coloring in that photo. Neon Beep, no idea. And then, you know, I just call them silly stuff. But okay, there's a lot. So usually when I take selfies, I'm not usually in my room. These photos were taken in the other part of my room, which is where my new beauty studio is. I rearranged a lot. Maybe if you guys want, I can do a makeup collection tour thing, my setup or whatever. Not that great, but it's different. But I have been taking flash photos in that part of my room, and that's specifically what I'm showing now, is using like the actual flash and holding my phone this way and then taking a flash photo. Usually when I'm taking a photo, I'm downstairs during the day in front of the big window, because natural light is my favorite kind of lighting to have. It's the best lighting that you can have for both photo and video. Right now I have my ring light, which is artificial lighting, which works. But as far as photo goes, you get the best coloring lighting. You can always color correct, but you just get the best, like, what's the word? Result if you have natural sunlight, but not directly in the sun, but sometimes directly in the sun. There's just so many different things, but usually I am downstairs taking selfies in front of a big window with the front face camera. These photos are taken with the actual like good lens and not the front face, just so you guys know, with flash on. So for these photos specifically, I have a design that I use, and that is overexposed. So this is overexposed by itself as it is, and then I have my own version, which is edited over, which I like a lot. Obviously I did it myself, but I'm going to show you guys how I did that. So basically Ashley's presets are used kind of like a template, and then you edit them to your liking and play with color, saturation, different shadows and stuff to really, you know, alter it to fit your photo that you've taken specifically. I really like her Polaroid ones because these are designed really well for flash photography to make them look kind of old and a little more grungy or edgy or whatever you want to call it. But for the sake of showing how I got my edited over, I'm going to go ahead, do overexposed, and then go straight to lighting, and then exposure I turn down. I'm not sure what numbers I have mine exactly to. Highlights I'm going to lower a little bit. Shadows I bring dark. Whites can stay, blacks can become a little bit darker. And then color. So I make the temperature. Right now it's auto set to +1. I make it a little cooler. Kind of like that, I guess. And then I go to mix, and this is where I can edit my hair color. And then I'm trying to think, I think I went to the magenta, and then the hue I try to make more, like you can change it to make it a little warmer or cooler. I make it a little bit more of a warm pink. Luminance I bring up to make it look a little lighter, and then saturation I bring a little down. Then you can kind of see what it was, what it is, and then same for red, but not as much because my lip color counts in the red field. So saturation I just bring down a little bit. Luminance I'll bring up a little bit. And then go to effects, and then if you scroll down, grain is where this is located, and grain kind of makes the photo look more fuzzy, as if it was taken on like an actual, you know, like film camera. You guys can see, I don't think this is exactly how I have edited over. I can go in my settings and then see what I have set for those. But that's just altering the overexposed filter, changing the temperature, lighting, adding more grain, and then the actual pink hues to alter them to be a little bit not as intense. Because my hair is intense, on camera it looks very intense, but for photos I don't want it to look hot pink. I'm trying to get it back to be pastel. And then same thing for all the other ones that I've done. For flash, like all of these photos I have used the preset overexposed, just edited to be, like here's edited October, which I have edits for every single type of lighting that I have. Edited October was used for when I was in front of natural daylight, and then edited over is, that's not even, yeah, I guess that is what I had. But like in this lighting, I used flash, but also I had the light on in that part of the room. While in these photos, I just had the curtain drawn a little bit so that natural light would come in, but it is very dark out, it's very overcast. So this is without any additional light. It's just from the small window and then the flash. So there is going to be a difference in the type of photos, like in the result that you'll get depending on what lighting you have. If you're using flash or not, if you're using artificial lighting along with flash, or if you're not using flash at all. I'm going to leave a link to Ashley's presets downloads down in the description if you're interested. I'm a huge fan. I have almost all of them. Also, I do want to say that I do take a lot of selfies and then filter through them, because I'd rather take them all at once and then just delete them as I go than take only a few and then hate all of them. So that's why I take a lot. That's just the way the selfie grind goes. Then what I want to do is also show you guys other filters that I use. Let me find an older photo that's like a normal, like daylight. Here, I'll go ahead and go back to MakeupPlus and then select an older photo that was taken actually in the place that I usually take photos in. These ones have some sunlight, some of them don't have sunlight. Here, we'll edit this one because I like it. And also I'm not wearing lenses in this one so you guys can actually see. So here, it just slims my nose, makes my mouth a little bigger. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of blush. I just keep it on pretty much the, what it like autos to. Then for the lenses, I'm going to go ahead and choose yellow. My eyes always look brown when I'm not directly staring at the sun going blind. So that's really just the main reason why I do edit my eyes to begin with. Just because you can't actually ever see what the actual color is. I posted like one photo not that long ago where I was literally directly in the sun to get like my natural eye color to even show up. And then just intensity, make that lower, and just add a little bit of a color. But like that's how they're supposed to look. That's how they look in person, at least. Where I'm just like chilling. So I've edited that photo. Now we're gonna go ahead, go back to Lightroom. I need to put Lightroom like in a different folder so I don't have to keep swiping back and forth. Let's go ahead, select this one, and this one I won't end up using the same preset because the lighting I've edited specifically to fit that. Like edited over, it might look okay. I mean, I think it looks better for photos that have flash taken on them and not specifically for these. But I want to show you guys my favorite ones that she's made. I like 1984 a lot. These look good for flash photos, more of like outfits or like far away pictures, not really up close with flash. I don't like how intense the color is, but on outfits it looks really, really cute. I like darkroom a lot. I love how the green takes over the shadow color, so it's not like a black shadow, it's more like a green. I like the contrast with the pink. And then edited October was nice when I had purple hair. But now that I have pink, I would tone down like the colors and make these hues more of like a reddish pink, saturation down, to make it look a lot different. So you guys can see before and after. It kind of fixes that in a way. And then temperature, you can always make warmer or cooler. I don't mind that. I still feel like it's a really heavy filter for what the photo is, but that doesn't look too bad. I like it. It just looks like a pretty heavy filter still, in my opinion. And then, like, if I just use the normal, the Polaroid light doesn't look that bad. Yeah, just really made the shadows a little bit different, but overall those aren't that crazy different, which is nice. I like that. And then Gerard Way, I altered. But I really only made that for a very, very specific set of photos, but yeah, edited over, it doesn't look bad. If I drop down the shadow and then maybe the color, vibrance could be increased. Saturation is not bad. And then light, maybe make shadows a little different. So it's not bad. I do not mind it, but it's just like this is edited over on a completely different photo. Like, they just look, it's the same filter, but altered to fit the lighting. That's really what editing is just altering stuff to fit that specific photo and that specific lighting, and every single photo is different. I'm always altering the exposure, brightness, shadows, highlights, saturation, the actual hues. Lightroom is a free app, which is great. You're able to add the grain and do everything. The presets you have to buy, but that's just a personal choice. I know other people besides Ashley have presets, so if you're not interested in hers, if you don't like her style, that's fine. I love them personally. I love all of hers. If you look on her website, she has them edited on her own photos, and they look amazing. There's one last app that I want to show you that I do for if I can't like make a filter, like make a preset look okay. This is mainly for like mirror selfies, because no mirror selfie looks good with mine. But I do have an app called BeautyPlus, and for the filter that I use, you do have to pay like a subscription every month, which I do. I'm an editor person, I enjoy it, so I pay for the subscriptions. But for, I guess, even on these photos, I could use them. Like, if you don't want to buy presets individually, but you want to have presets made available, I think BeautyPlus is also a good option, because they do have a lot of different things. I like silence the most, and you can see there's a little diamond above them, and you can really just edit. Like, that's a very easy edit to do. There's the original, and then it just adds everything for you. And you can also edit the brightness, exposure, stuff like that on here. When I had red hair, Polar was really nice. I loved Polar. I like it because it adds a little flares like on the sides of the photo, but I don't like how it changes my hair color. So that's why I don't use that one as much. Silence is what I use for basic selfies that are downstairs that don't really have a filter that fits them, or mirror selfies that I take in my bathroom, or the ones that are on my most recent Instagram post. Those I all used silence for, and it just adds a little flare, a little bit of like a dust effect, which is really nice. So they do have like all sorts of different filters and stuff like that. They also have, what I like is like the 3D, like a glitch, where like it separates the layers kind of. Quake is nice because it's like a standard red and blue hue change that makes it look a little glitchy, which I usually keep pretty subtle, but it is nice. And then Reverb I also like, which is again like a standard red blue shift. And then Surge, which is like a purple blue shift, super duper on the pink side. But I like Quake and Reverb also. I think Reverb probably a little more than Quake, and then Shiver I don't use that much ever, but those are also really neat. I think the subscription is like $4.99 a month, maybe it's $3.99, I don't remember. You can either buy a 1-year subscription or pay monthly. I pay monthly because I don't feel like spending a lot of money all at once just for a year's worth, but you do get a discount. But yeah, there are so many different types of filters, and you can always edit how much or how little the photo is affected, which I think is really nice. But yeah, Silence is my favorite out of this app. And then I think they also have like stickers and stuff, which you can use like for your face, like they're like little filters and stuff like that. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, you know, you can do that if you want. But that's pretty much how I edit. And then I guess as far as how I take the photos, I don't even feel like I need to really like show that, just because everyone's different and everyone's gonna have like a different lighting setup. But like I said, I pretty much just, if I'm taking a flash photo, I try to have very like minimal additional light, just so flash can have like the full effect. And I do just hold it like out. Usually I'll have a mirror on the other side so that you can see if you're in, you know, the lens or not. When I'm by my desk, I have a mirror on my desk, so that's what I use. If I'm in this part of my room, I do have a mirror over there. Or in this case, I could use my camera actually to actually see if I'm taking the photo. And like I said, I really just take kind of a lot. You know, different poses, different angles, different everything, and then you can just mess around with it to fit how you like. I don't know how helpful this video was. Basically, I just buy Ashley's presets and then they make my photos look pretty once I edit them myself. I wish I knew how to make filters. I think that would be so neat to make presets for you guys, but I don't know how to start. I basically just use Ashley's templates and then just edit them myself, but I don't know how to start from scratch to make them look not crap. But maybe I'll look into that. I'm not sure. If you guys would be interested, let me know. But I just like buying hers and then just using them and supporting her. So yeah, it's really up to you guys. Like I said, I will leave a link down to her downloads down in the description, and you can see how they all look on her photos, which she has different lighting, and she has others that I haven't bought just because I don't take those types of photos like she does in some of them, which is totally fine, but it might be right up your guys' alley. If there are any questions that you have that maybe I didn't talk about or that you want more clarification on, let me know. I'm happy to help. Sorry that I'm super inactive on this channel. I just don't really know what to do, but I'm hoping that for Valentine's Day, which is coming up, Valentine's Day is next month, that I can think of some really fun, cute Valentine's Day looks. I do have one in mind that I would like to film, but I want to get closer to Valentine's Day and kind of try and get more pastel pink hair. I'm still working on getting it back to being pastel as fast as possible before Valentine's Day. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. I love you guys a lot, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!